Good afternoon. Today I have come to it's called the Hellenic Motor Museum. It's actually pretty good. I wasn't going to make a video, but I actually had a quick look around and I was like, this is video worthy. I just came in there and then there was the small workshop thing that I just showed you, and then there's so many different types of car. A lot of them, unfortunately, I don't know much about. But the museum has a very large variety of cars. Earlier last month, I actually went to Stuttgart to the Porsche Museum, and I mean it was okay, but it was just bland as hell. The Porsche Museum was a lot nicer in terms of atmosphere, but obviously there was just a few Porsches. That's it. But here, Lincoln 7, I didn't even know what most of these models are because they're very old. But I think once we get to more modern times, we'll know who they are. We'll know which cars they are. I think it's a Ferrari Testarossa, is it? Yep, you have to go to the top floor. The ticket was cheap as well, only €5. It's usually €10, 10 and €8, but because of the whole COVID situation, I guess maybe it's less comfortable for you to walk around with a mask on. They've reduced the price slightly. Go up and maybe show you the top floor as well. This lift isn't giving me it's got a tool sticker, so it should be okay. It's when you go to like Soviet countries and you end up in the lifts which have no electronics, they're mechanical. So you press the button and literally it moves a lever, which moves another lever, which moves another lever. Yeah, and they've also categorized them by year, which is pretty cool. And the building from the outside is unique. I never took a video from the outside, but I'll show you guys. These are British cars. Yeah, I think a lot of these car makers went bankrupt or got bought out by other firms and then just went. I heard that BMW hold a lot of trademarks for the older British cars. When BMW bought Rover, they obviously took all of the trademarks with them, and then they also took obviously Mini they're using, but apparently they have a lot more trademarks that they don't use from the old days. This is Rolls-Royce Wraith. It's a Chrysler police car. BMW. I didn't know much about classic cars, unfortunately. I know a little bit, but not about such old stuff. They put this on here to show what the chassis is like. Yeah, in the old days, you used to buy the chassis from one company, and the actual body would be handmade by another company. So you'd have two companies building your car. Those are the days before production lines, before Henry Ford invented the production line. Oh, it's got an old tax disc sticker on there. I wonder where it was issued. Oh, it's too small for me to see. think you can fully appreciate the size of these old American cars like Cadillacs, etc., until you actually see them in person, because they are absolutely huge. And then you always look at the like power outputs on them, and it's like it's a 7-litre V8 or something. This one's 6-litre V8, 300 horsepower. This one is a 6.4-litre V8, 350 horsepower. How times have changed. These are more British cars. It's a shame how spectacularly the British car industry failed, as we used to have a lot of brands manufacturing. Now it just seems to be the ultra luxury, ultra high end cars, and then just Jaguar, which unfortunately struggles and is struggling, and in my opinion will continue to struggle. I think they have a good chance of sorting their business out and turning it around if they switch to electric cars only. Aston Martin DB2. After looking outside at the absolute, the only way I can describe it is poverty of the city, you don't really expect to see a museum like this. It's Bentley. Old Jaguar. These things are worth a lot of money. This car, the old Mercedes, Bentley Mulsanne. These were a Lancia. I think that's how you say it, isn't it? Lancia, rather than Lancia. Austin Healey. Bristol. That's probably one of my. Bristol is probably the quirkiest car company that ever existed. They towards the end of their life, I know they went bankrupt, but towards the end of their life, they I think there was a guy called Tim Cook, I think maybe, and he used to. He used to. I believe this is what the rumors say. He never let any press drive his car, and then he used to basically interview people who walked in to see if they were worthy of buying a car, or if he liked them. And in my opinion, the issue was that the Bristols they probably had reliability issues and quirks and niggles, and if they got the wrong customer, they would complain like crazy about the car. So he just wanted to make sure the customer wouldn't complain. I can only see that as the reason for him doing such things. Unfortunately, they went bankrupt, but they were a very British company in my opinion. I have no idea what these cars are. Oh, this is Reliant Robin. Oh, do they make these in Greece? Yeah, I think they were assembled under contract or license, or however you want to say, joint ventures maybe. Enfield Electric. To be fair, it says maximum speed of 80 kilometers an hour. That's not fast enough, but the range is 110 to 130 kilometers, which in 1978 is not exactly it's not exactly bad going, although it does look terrible, doesn't it? I've never ever seen one of these. It's some kind of concept car, is it? Trying to look at the tiny. They could put some light on it so you can actually read it. Facel Viga. Mini. These are probably the most, possibly one of the top selling British cars, the Minis. Don't quote me on that, I don't know, but I'll be hard to see why it isn't. Maserati. Ferrari 365. Yeah, Ferrari Testarossa. These things are worth a lot of money now. Let's descend one more level, I think. How does it work? Maybe you have to go around to the lift and go down. Ah, no, stairs right here. It's their cunning one-way system. I feel sorry for these guys though. What are we on? It's a Saturday and it's totally empty. I'm the only customer here. It's only Saturday afternoon as well. Wow, this is a nice room. I've not been down here yet. Red is such an underrated colour on cars. Well, it's got to be the right car in my opinion. You can't have a red BMW 5 Series, but a red sports car or a nice hot hatch, it's pretty good going. Lotus Elan. Porsche 356. Another Lancia or Lancia. Seata. BMW. They always say BMW the ultimate driving machine. I've never bought into that. They're good to drive, but they're not the ultimate, that's for sure. Some of the Japanese makers have built excellent to drive cars. Suzuki have made a couple. Honda made numerous good to drive cars. Toyotas, of course, as well. Subaru. Even Ford. I mean, some of the Fords are excellent. The Ford Focus, for example. Puma. To some of you American viewers, I guess you might not know what some of these cars are because you don't get them. You don't get. I think Suzuki stopped selling cars entirely in the US, but I guess the market just isn't there for their small cars. Well, I think that wraps it up. I'll head back up. I know this tour was a bit rushed, but I'm not knowledgeable enough to stand and give a lecture about every single car, but I like just coming and looking at cars, kind of like an art gallery, isn't it? You don't need to know the specification or anything, but if you appreciate the artistic value that has gone into the car, I think, yeah, some people like that. I like that. I like to just go and look at different colours and shapes, and you don't necessarily need to know every single specification of every single car to enjoy looking at them. So I'll leave it there. I hope you guys had fun going around with me at this museum. It's called the Hellenic Motor Museum. And if you did like my video, please hit like and subscribe. That will help me out a lot. And I'll see you next time.